Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to click the subscribe button if you want more weekly updates. Now we are going to see about finite and non-finite verbs. Now let's see about finite verbs. Finite verbs indicate the tense and time of actions. Finite verbs undergo a change as and when the subject changes, that is number of person. It is the main verb. Examples: my brother goes to temple daily. Here goes is the finite verb. We have already finished the project. Have finished is the finite verb. Now let's see about non-finite verbs. Non-finite verbs do not indicate the tense and time of actions. Non-finite verbs do not change even when the subject changes. There are three kinds of non-finite verbs. They are infinity, that is 2 plus verb form, gerund, verb plus ing form, and a participle. Let's see one by one with examples. My son likes to watch cricket matches. Here, to watch is an infinitive verb. Playing chess is my hobby. Here, playing ing form, so it is a gerund. Driven out of the kingdom, the king hid himself in the forest. It is the participle. Participle is nothing but V3 form. Now let's see finite and non-finite verbs in the sentences. My little brother wants to be an actor. Here, wants is the finite verb, to be is the non-finite verb. She worked hard to pass the test. Worked is the finite verb, to pass is the non-finite verb. You understand finite and non-finite verbs. Now let's see about infinity in non-finite verbs. The infinity is the base form of a verb. In English, when we talk about the infinity, we are usually referring to the present infinity, which is the most common. That is, to eat, to sit, to dance. Like that, 2 plus verb form is called as an infinity. That is, verb is in present tense. Now let's see about the functions of to infinity. The to infinity as the subject of the sentence. This is a formal usage and is more common in written English than spoken. To be or not to be, that is the question. To know her is to love her. So here to be, to know, these are called as to infinity, that is 2 plus verb forms. Now let's see about 2 plus verb forms. After the verbs like, would love, would prefer, would hate comes infinities, that is 2 plus verb form. Example: I would like to go home now. Would like, after would like it comes to go. I would love to see you again. After would love, 2 plus verb form, that is to see. I would prefer to take the bus. After would prefer, 2 plus verb form, that is to take. I would hate to upset you. After would hate, 2 plus verb form, to upset. Now let's see where to use infinity. Infinity comes before the verbs want, plan, decide, hope, need, try and agree. Example: where do you want to go? We are planning to visit next year. What did you decide to do? I am hoping to study there next year. We need to be there at 7:30. What are you trying to say? He agreed to pay 50% now. So we have to look for the verbs, main verbs. So after the main verbs want, plan, decide, hope, need, try, agree comes the infinity. That is only infinity, that is 2 plus verb form. Now let's see how the infinities are used after an object. When the verbs like ask, tell, need, want, expect acts as the main verb, then after the main verb comes an object, then you have to use only 2 plus verb form. Example: I didn't ask you to wait for me. I didn't ask. Ask is the verb, you is the object. After the object, you 2 plus verb form, to wait. Similarly, I told you to be here on time. I need you to help me with this. She wants me to buy a new car. We expected him to win the match. Here, ask, told, need, wants, expect are main verbs. So after the main verbs comes the object, then we have to use only infinitive. Now let's see about gerund. That is verb plus ing form. The gerund is commonly used after quite a few different verbs. The most important of these verbs are shown below. All these verbs can be followed by nouns instead of gerunds. Remember, gerund always functions as nouns in the sentence. Now let's see with example. Gerunds, that is verb plus ing, comes after likes and dislikes. Adore. I adore skating. After the verb adore, verb plus ing form, that is skating. Don't mind. I don't mind cooking. After don't mind, we have to use verb plus ing form. Would mind. Would you mind talking quieter? Talking is the gerund. I enjoy reading novels. After enjoy comes the gerund, that is reading, verb plus ing form. Now let's see the process. After process sentence like keep, stop, finish comes the gerund. Keep going, don't stop. It stopped raining. I have finished painting the wall. That is after keep, stop and finish comes the gerund going, raining and painting. Usually gerunds comes after the preposition like be interested in, think of, be looking forward to. Before after comes the gerund. Be interested in. I am interested in learning more about it. Interested in is the verb here. In is the preposition. After the preposition, learning we are writing as gerund. What do you think of skiing? Think of. After think of comes only the gerund, that is skiing. I am looking forward to seeing you again soon. So after the looking forward to comes only the gerund. Turn off the light before going out. After the before comes only the gerund. Add the salt after mixing in the flour. After comes only the gerund, that is mixing. With an object after spend comes only the gerund. I spend an hour running every day. Spend is the verb here, an hour is the object. Running is the gerund form, that is verb plus ing form. After spend and the object comes only the gerund. The verbs followed by gerund. Let's see the list now. After admit comes only the gerund. He was embarrassed to admit making a mistake. Admit, after admit comes only making. Next, he advised applying at once. After advice comes gerund, that is applying. After anticipate comes only the gerund. I didn't anticipate having to do the cooking myself. Anticipate, after anticipate comes the verb having. Next one, acknowledge. She acknowledged receiving assistance. After acknowledge comes only the gerund. After appreciate comes only the gerund. I appreciate having enough time to finish. She decided to be a nun in order to avoid meeting him. After avoid comes only the gerund, that is meeting. I wish she wouldn't eat so fast. I can't hear watching her. After here comes only the gerund. After begin comes only the gerund. After complete comes only the gerund. He completed drawing the pictures. After completed, that is verb plus ing form, drawing. After consider comes only the gerund. Investors should consider putting some money into an annuity. That is, after consider comes only the gerund. She deferred writing my thesis. After deferred comes only the gerund, that is verb plus ing form, that is writing. Now let's see the next few examples. After delay comes only the gerund. After deny also. After discuss. After dislike comes only the gerund, that is being. Here delay, denied, discuss, dislike. After these verbs comes only the gerund. Delay paying, denied taking, discussed buying, dislike being. These are the gerund form. Now let's see about the finite verbs, that is the base form of the verbs. Modal verbs, all the modal verbs, could, would, might, should, can, will, may, shall, must, all comes under the finite verbs. What is finite verb? Finite verb is the main verb forms. We have to use after the modal verbs only the main verbs. That is the finite verbs. Exceptions after let and make we should not use to. That is infinitive we should not use. We should use only the finite verbs. Example, they didn't let me go to the party. They made me tidy my room. After this let and make we should use only the main verbs. Thanks for watching. Subscribe the channel if you want more weekly updates.